Cops are like with their guns out. So my dad doesn't know about this story, and Dad, if you're watching this, I'm alive. Love you, miss you, call me. Miss you. Alright, let's just get into it. So, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title, I'm doing a story time, and it's not clickbait. Like, this happened, someone was held at gunpoint. So let's just get into it. Like, let's do it. This story took place, I want to say May of 2015. Let me get the receipts. My Instagram has the receipts. I remember posting a picture before we left. Here it is. May 2015, I posted that picture. You should go like it, even though it was like a year ago. Don't like it, that's weird. This took place in West Palm Beach, Florida. If you know me, I'm from Orlando, and West Palm is like 3 hours away from Orlando. So there was an event going on. So all of my friends and I, we were there for this event. And I believe it was like the second night, we decided to go out to eat and like just hang out and stuff, like outside of the hotel. We go to this place called City Place in West Palm. It's like downtown, basically. It's like from your city, the downtown. This is what City Place is. So we're there, and I'm in the car with my boyfriend at the time and my friend who's in the backseat. And so we're going through City Place to like find parking, like in one of the parking garages or something, but we've never been here before, so we're just kind of like, all right, we're just gonna follow the people in front of us because some of them are from West Palm and stuff. Think about like your downtown, like, you know, there's nightclubs and bars and stuff, so you see cops everywhere. So it's like that, but like triple. Like, there was so many cops this night, which we thought was kind of sketchy. Like, we thought about it, but we're like, whatever, like, maybe it's a busy night, so they have like more cops here like than normal, like, we don't know. So we're just like, why are there so many cops? Like, but we're like, whatever, like, let's just go with it. So we go, we finally like get parking in the parking garage, we get out, and then we go like walk around, we go eat pizza, and we even go to like this pier that they have, and we're like hanging out there for like maybe like an hour and a half, just everyone's telling jokes and just having a good time. Eventually we just leave, and we are going back to the hotel. To get off the highway, there was 2 exits that you could to get to the hotel, and we know because like our GPS had said that. So it kept taking us to the second exit, and so we just kept going. We saw the first one, we knew we could get off there, but we were like, whatever, let's just go to the second one. So we went to the second one, and like the second one, you get off like this. I think it was like 39B, like, I think it was something, it was like A, B, and I don't remember the number. So we're going, and when you get off, it like, you can't see it, but it goes like a curve. Like, it doesn't just get off like softly, like you like immediately have to curve, and you can't really see it when you're driving until you get there. So you're not really prepared for it if you don't know it's there. So we get off of there, and and the hotel's right off the exit. So we go to the hotel. Now, the hotel shares a parking lot with like a CVS or Walgreens, one of those things, because they're like right across from each other. So literally you could just walk there, because like I said, like it shares a parking lot. So we get to the hotel and we park, and I'm like, I tell my boyfriend at the time, I'm like, hey, like, I want ice cream. Like, we should go walk to CVS or Walgreens, whatever it was, and get some ice cream. And he was like, no, like, you deserve some McDonald's ice cream. Like, you know, we're going to McDonald's. I'm going to get you some McDonald's ice cream. And I was like, okay, like, I guess. So we're like, let's go. But then our friends pull up next to us, because they were also there. They pull up next to us, and they get off the car freaking out, like, yo, like, open the car. And we're like, what the heck? Like, what happened? So we open it, and we're like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, are you okay? And they're like, no, like, we almost died, like, on that ramp, and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, what happened? And basically, like, he was driving, and he was with his girlfriend and their friend in the back, and their girls were sleeping. And when they were driving, like, he didn't realize the ramp was coming, or something happened where he like had to like go like that, and the car completely shifted this way. So he wanted to straighten it out, but then it completely shifted that way. Like, they could have died. Like, it was so scary. So they were like shaking and freaking out, and then the girls ended up like waking up screaming, they told us. So we were like, oh my god, like, are you guys okay? Like, you know what, you guys deserve ice cream too. Let's go to McDonald's. So we all pack into, I need to give him a name. We're gonna give him the name Jeffrey, my ex-boyfriend. We're gonna call him Jeffrey. So we all packed into Jeffrey's small car. I don't know why I'm giving him a name, because if you're watching this, like, you know who he is. Whatever. Okay, so we all pack into Jeffrey's car, and he had, at the time, he had like a small white Jetta. Like, this is so weird, like talking as if no one knows what I'm talking about, because everyone knows what I'm talking about, but like, whatever. So he had a small white Jetta at the time, and so those cars, they're like 4 or 5 people, but they really like grown people, it's only gonna fit 4. Like, it's a really small car. So we decided to fit 6 grown people in the car. Wait, I'm not grown. Why am I trying to act like I'm grown? We're trying to fit 5 grown people and me in the car. So we all like get in, and so it's Jeffrey driving, me in the passenger seat, the 3 people from the other car, which is, it's like a 19, who's probably 19 at the time, 19-year-old man, his tall girlfriend, she's like a model, and then our other friend, who she is a grown woman, which I actually met her that night, so it's kind of special because we see each other and we're like, we almost died together, but that comes later in the story. So then we have the friend that was originally in our car, which I'm just gonna say his name. It's Isaiah. Shout out to you, Isaiah. Like, he's the coolest guy I know. So Isaiah is gonna sit on my lap, and it's a small car, so, and Isaiah's really tall. Like, he's like probably like 6 foot something, and so he's basically laying on like the dashboard. I think that's what it's called, like the front of the car. He's basically laying on there while he's sitting on my lap. So we're like, all right, let's go find a McDonald's. So we're not from here. We put it in our maps, and like a McDonald's comes up, so we're like, let's go there. On the way there, we see, I'm not gonna lie to you, about 8 cops just on the way from the hotel to the McDonald's. Just about 8 cops, like cop cars, and we're like, okay, like this is so, and the roads are completely empty because by this time it's already like, I want to say like 1:30 in the morning. So there's like, the roads are empty and there's just cops everywhere, and we're on our way to this McDonald's. Like, okay, so we go to the McDonald's, and of course, what does every McDonald's tell you at this time, or even at any time? That their ice cream machine is down. So we're like, all right, we're gonna go to the next McDonald's. On our way to the next McDonald's, we see about another 10 cops, and so we keep trying to hide Isaiah because, hello, like, he's like sitting on my lap, like this is illegal. So I'm like sitting back, and he's like trying to sit back, like trying to cover me, and it kind of worked because like compared to Isaiah, like I'm so tiny. So we're going, and we see a Wendy's instead. So we're like, let's just go to Wendy's. I think that's what happened. So like, we went to like 4 different places basically. So we go to Wendy's, and I think like that they didn't have it, so we're like, okay, we're just gonna try the next McDonald's. So then we go to the next McDonald's, to the address that the maps gave us, and we see about another 15 cops on the way, and this McDonald's was non-existent. Like, we go to where the maps took us, and there was no McDonald's there. So we're like, what the heck? So after like 3 or 4 places that we tried, we were like, let's just go back to the hotel where the pharmacy is and just get ice cream like I had originally said. Now, it was not that easy. So on our way back, we were like, you know what, we're gonna get off on the A exit this time so that the people from the other car don't have a traumatic experience again. Like, they were honestly traumatized. Like, I would be too. Like, the car literally like went back and forth. Like, I forgot what that's called, but it was just like scary the way they were explaining it to us. So we were gonna make it a point, or like the person driving, Jeffrey, was gonna make it a point to get off on exit A and not exit B. So when we're getting there, somehow, I guess he got distracted or something, he passed exit A. So we're like, crap, we're gonna have to go to exit B. And it's like right like next to each other. But then we see like cars, we're on the highway and cars are stopped in a line. At this point, it's probably like 2 something, and maybe like 2:30 in the morning. We were driving around forever. We saw like over like 40 cops this entire time just around West Palm. And so we see cars stopped in the middle of the highway. We see cop cars surrounding a SUV type of vehicle, and we're like, what the heck is going on? So we look and we see that everyone is going up to cops. Like, cops are like with their guns out, like in people's cars. Like basically you go up to them, you put your window down, and they have their gun like that. Like it was the scariest thing. So we see that they're doing this. We have Isaiah on my lap, basically laying on the dashboard, and we're like, we have to get him back there fast. So we throw him to the back, and he's literally like being pinched in between everyone's knees and the seats. Mind you, there's no space there. Like this is a really small car. There is no space there, but somehow they made it happen. We throw him back. This is such a traumatic experience for Isaiah. Isaiah, if you're watching this, like I love you. Like you're the real MVP. Like wow. And yeah. So we throw him back there, and we're all shaking, freaking out, screaming like, go, put him back. And we're like, they like stuff him like in between their knees in the seat where there was no space. Like he wasn't even laying on top of them. Like he was literally pinched in between their knees and the seat in front of them. And so by the time we finish that and we look up, the SUV that was there that the cops were surrounding, the doors are now all open as if there was people in there, and then they all ran out. So now there is suspects on the loose. I'm going to repeat, suspects on the loose in West Palm while we're here on the road. And as if it already wasn't sketchy enough. So we're already like freaking out. This car gets in front of us and we're like, dude, like what are you doing? And puts the window down, and the cop is there with the gun. I guess like looking for more suspects, or those suspects that ran out. Like I don't even know. It was just so scary. And like the cop has like gunpoint in the car talking to them. And then it was our turn and we're going up and we're so scared. And like Jeffrey puts the window down, and the cop just like walks away. Like they checked everyone in front of us, and they would have checked us if that guy didn't get in front of us. And he just walks away. So we're like, all right, let's just go down. And at this point we had to go down ramp B because we passed ramp A. So we're about to go down ramp B, and we're like going down, and again it goes like that. So you can't see what's on, like when you get off, you can't see what you're going to because it's literally curves like that. So we're getting off and we go like that, and then we see there's like a light, and we see a cop at the light. So we're already nervous, already freaking out, and Jeffrey, oh Jeffrey, you're so special. He decides that he's gonna be scared as if we're the suspects. So there's a cop at the light, and Jeffrey goes like this, and so he turns around. So there's like a long road to get to the light, not even long, like there's a road to get to the light, and the light is green. And because he sees the cop, he's like super scared for no reason. So he's like driving, and the light's green, and he just like stops and like slows down, like in the middle of the road. There's no one there but the cop in the corner and us in the car. And we're like, go. We're like, why are you stopping? Like, just go. And the cop is like looking at us, but then I guess like he kind of remembers that he has to watch out for like suspects on the loose. So he like looks at us, and then like he like looks like around, and then like he looks at us, and it's like in the movies where like everyone's like arguing in the car and you hear it, and then like they show it, like they show the car from outside and it's like silent, and then but you see everyone arguing and then they go in the car. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like it was like that. Like it was funny. Like I'm picturing it as a movie. Like it would have been so funny. So we're like arguing, like go, and he's like screaming, like I don't know what to do. And so then he finally goes when the light decides to turn yellow. He just books it. And so the cop is like looking at us, and then the light turns red, and then he stops like right there, and then like the cop is like looking at us, and we're just like, what is going on? Like we all want to cry basically. And at this point it's like 3 in the morning or something like that, or like 2:30. Then the light turns green again. We leave. We go back to the parking lot of the hotel and of the CVS. And so we go, and I was like, can we just get ice cream? Like I just really want ice cream. Like it was so much more intense than it sounds. And so we go, he like parks at the CVS instead of just walking there. And we go inside, and we're like looking, and we're like super scared. Like we're looking at everyone around us, like if they're suspects, and we're like were you guys the people? Like, you know, we know what you did. Like, so we go, and we're like looking at the ice cream, and we're there, and we're like, we're not even in the mood for ice cream anymore. Like it was so scary. So we go back to the hotel, and we go back upstairs, and our friends are like, where were you guys? Like we all came back from City Place together, and then you guys just all disappeared. Like the 6 of you were nowhere to be found. and we're there and we're telling them the story, like, and it was like so much more intense because it had just happened. Like now it's like a year and like a half later, but like it had like just happened. So we were like freaking out, like shaking, telling them. And it's like 3 in the morning. Security's like, you guys are being too loud, like y'all need to go somewhere else, because we were like in the hallway. It was just so intense. Like I will never forget that, but it was intense. So everyone that was involved, I love you all. Like one of the girls in the car that night, it was my first time meeting her, so like whenever like it comes up like, oh, how'd you guys meet, or like we'll just like look at each other and be like, remember how we met? Like, good times. And like the next morning when we all like met up, like we all like looked at each other and like we're like we didn't have to say anything, we just like felt it, like we all like grew a bond from like almost dying together. So it was really intense. And like West Palm is such a beautiful place. Like just don't let my bad experience like ruin yours. I went to West Palm after that and had a great time and stuff. So I don't know, it was just one bad night. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video and this story time. If you want more story times, let me know, because like things happen to me all the time. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I'm going to be posting videos all the time now. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next week. Bye. Okay, I cannot put that part in. Okay, let me just start over. Should I just start the video? Oh my god, we're off to a great start already. I'm just, yeah.